quarterback in the league. Oh, what a catch by Jay Nathaniel. That touchdown, Hurricanes.
Junior take a shot deep. Open target. Her third from left to right. Sets off. Oh,
down.
Watch who he's going to set up. He's going to go for the. It fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
Well, you're looking live at beautiful Morgantown, West Virginia, the side of this nightcap here in the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube. NC State, West Virginia. One of these two teams that are 0-2 is going to get their first victory of the season, and you are going to be here to experience it. Cameron Duty here with Brandon Webster. Brandon, partner, welcome back into the booth for our second game tonight, and we expect this to be a barn burner.
Good to be here, Cam. Can't wait to see how this goes. Both teams coming in here 0-2. Somebody's coming out with a win tonight.
Right here in Country Roads territory, it's clear skies, light breeze, 2-mile-per-hour wind, and it's 76 degrees in Morgantown. As we get started, a good return here, and on offense comes CJ Yost and her West Virginia Mountaineers. 1st and 10 and their alternates today. Those yellow, those predominantly yellow unis there, and it's Al Hale who runs for 11.
And I'm looking forward to seeing how these Mountaineers are able to come in this game with everything that's happened so far.
Last week they lost a nail-biter to Oregon, 44-41. And Hale this time on the little drop-off pass gets back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more.
And I know one thing, we have seen CJ Yost play, and she is a wonderful QB.
5th in the league with 862 yards passing and 6 touchdowns coming into this game. Here's another throw, middle of the field, complete to Hale once more. So Al Hale, big key on the offensive line or the offensive scheme as usual, but they want to get him going today.
Looks like the walk-on was able to stop that one.
3rd and 4, big play coming here for Yost, looking to find the open man into traffic. Devin Gold Jr. recording the deflection, and the Mountaineers will have to punt it away. Good defense there by the Wolfpack, as it was a pack of defenders over there ready to swat that one down. Now this kick will be returned. Across the 25 comes Devin Gold Jr., the aforementioned defender there, as we welcome Drew Busby on to the field, the impact player of the game, the junior QB. Gets his first series underway, as we said, just past the 25-yard line. I formation, handoff, left side to the muscle man, Tyler Muscleman, running for 3. So we've got 2nd and 7 now coming up. Offset I. Man in motion here. Play action. Busby throwing deep, one-on-one coverage, and it is dropped. Or maybe we should say it was contested. Good coverage there by Canelo Duplessis.
Duplessis, just a fancy name out there.
Here's Busby going to throw again on 3rd down, but this time finds a man. And what's the fighting there of the stiff arm? Bradley West gets at least 5 yards out of that stiff arm, 20-yard pickup.
And Jordan Hunt able to make that stop before it could progress any further.
Yeah, he said 20 yards was enough, and just about right at midfield of that West Virginia logo. They'll actually officially spot him at the 49-yard line. First down, it's another carry. It's Muscle Man running hard, 6 yards right side, good blocking out front, and a good job of spreading the formation.
Just a good stop by the Mountaineers.
Limiting it to 6 yards. I formation again for the Wolfpack. Muscle Man breaks one tackle, cuts inside, and picks up the first down. A good piece of running by Tyler Muscle Man.
And Muscle Man just looks like a force to be reckoned with on the ground.
Don't he, though? And how about breaking those tackles there and the nice shifty move to cut back inside? That says really good awareness of where he's at on the field and where he needs to get for the first down sticks. Quarterback keeper, Busby, with room, picks up 7 yards and just about had the defense fooled.
And Drew Busby quick, too, just like his halfback.
Oh, absolutely. 2nd and 3. I formation again as they work out of that predominantly. Now here is a carry. Right side, it's Steve Bird who gets the nod, and he gets a first down.
And NC State seems to be cruising up the field slow and steady.
Very, very methodical. Busby, good pocket, throws middle of the field, connects. That's Luke Golden for 8 yards on first down.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
From Clearwater, Florida there, the freshman wideout doing a good job in traffic, finding some space, and Busby drops that one in. 2nd and 2, Busby back to the middle of the field on a slant to Fredo Moss, for a 5-yard pickup.
And Calvin Adele able to stop that one.
But not before it is a 1st and goal situation for the Wolfpack, lining up once more in the I formation. Bouncing off left tackle there is Tyler Musselman, but he gets denied by Malik Trent.
Malik Trent is probably getting tired of NC State's run game.
Well, he comes up and makes a big stop of that one, doesn't he? Malik Trent, the sophomore. 9 tackles on the season so far, 10 now after that one. Musselman again, stop behind the line. And once more, it's Malik Trent. Back-to-back plays.
Malik Trent really wanting to put his name out there, letting people know you can't come this way.
One of the things you love about CFSL action is the opportunity for these youngsters to rise and make a name for themselves. 3rd and goal, Busby gonna have to come up with something. Throws in the flat, but it is well defended. Steve Bird does pick up 3 yards, but that was a no-fly zone by the Mountaineers.
They got this close, but they're still going to come out of this with the field goal.
And this West Virginia crowd is amped up, but the kick is up and good. The Wolfpack takes the 3-zip lead with 4:33 remaining in the first. It was a very, very methodical drive that North Carolina State went on in West Virginia. It feels like it's been a while since we've seen them, as Duplessis brings this one out 27 yards downfield. Let's welcome back to the field C.J. Yost, hoping for a better result than that opening drive.
And it does seem like we haven't seen them a while. It has been a while since me and you have been in the booth together.
1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground with Hale. Rushes for 3, right side, 2nd and 7.
West Virginia's rushing attempts aren't seeming that successful. They might find another way around this defensive line.
7 yards for the first down here. As Yost throws a dart. Great throw. Nice awareness finding Aaron Lindsey near the first down sticks, and then Lindsey cuts up field, picks up 15 total.
Walk on, able to come up from behind and stop the receiver.
Yeah, good pursuit there. Not stopping on the play, as you said, because that was just, once more, Lindsey out in open space like that. A hard target to bring down. And we got 1st and 10. Motion coming, no end around. They stay with the pass. It's a fake. And the throw is complete to Lindsey, middle of the field for 16. I thought for a minute we were going to see an end around, but you've seen Yost pull it down and throw it.
Devin Gold Jr. able to stop that receiver, but unfortunately they were able to get the first down with almost seeing clear field.
I thought personally that was a really good decision there on the play to kind of lull the Wolfpack to sleep. Now 1st and 10, back to Hale. This ground game, they keep trying to integrate it, but folks like Chris Leonard making it very difficult to run against.
Jaden Walker just wants to catch up real quick.
Men on either side of C.J. Yost. Here's the snap. Pulls it down. Pitches it out. Perfectly timed. And Sean Fernandez runs for the first down. Boy, that's great timing between C.J. Yost and making that toss out there.
And that option play is always good to run.
1st and 10. Throwing to the flat. A little sit route there for Reggie Hansen, who picks up 4.
Like I keep saying, short yards are better than no yards.
So 2nd and 6. And a fast-moving first quarter here, folks. Blink and you miss it. We thank everybody who's tuned in there and talking with us in the chat. Always a pleasure. Here's Hale on 2nd down. Big run. Busting through the holes. Picks up 12. Impressive running right there by Al Hill. How about the blocking out front there, Brandon?
That blocking is very good. It opened up a hole just enough for the halfback to get through and gain those yards perfectly.
1st and goal. It's a short throw to the end zone, but it's a good effort. Good pursuit by Brock Boone. He comes down with it and picks up 5 yards, so gets very close to that promised land for the Mountaineers, trying to respond here to NC State's scoring drive with a touchdown. An offset eye. Yost to Hale. Stopped going backwards, and that's a big loss. And let me correct myself. That's actually Flash G in the backfield for the first time today, but that's a big loss.
And they did not want West Virginia to gain these points at all, just locking down that goal line.
Wolfpack wanting to do their best to force it to a tie ball game at most. Screen pass coming on 3rd and goal. Blocking is there, and it's a touchdown. Flash G breaks a great play to get all that negative yardage back and more into the end zone for 6.
And you have to love seeing Mountaineers take the lead. And no, giving all the credit to West Virginia, but the Wolfpack doing their best to prevent any scoring.
Extra point is good. 7-3 now, the lead Mountaineers over the Wolfpack, and a great response by West Virginia. And I thought for just a brief moment that big loss by Flash G might stall the drive out. It did not. And here's a wonderful return by Xavier Morrison. 30-plus yards, close to midfield already for the Wolfpack.
And the Mountaineers didn't let that play stop them. They still came out on top of it with the screen.
Here's Busby. Man in motion. It's a carry. Muscleman gets 2 before he is stopped on a dime.
West Virginia just hit them hard, right below the belt. Then you know that's where you mostly want to go to drop some of these halfbacks.
2nd and 8. Muscleman fighting off a defender in the backfield, using those muscles indeed, and turning it into a positive gain.
And West Virginia really wants to make it hard for NC State to score.
Well, they do, and they've got them in a 3rd and 3 situation here. Empty set for Drew Busby, who throws short of the sticks, and it's going to stay short. Perkins, only 2 yards picked up. It's 4th and 1. Unless they choose to go for it here, we expect to see the punting unit, and we do. Inside of a minute here, and this opening quarter of football. West Virginia forcing the punt. Al Hill brings it out 8 yards upfield before being tackled.
We only have 36 seconds left in the first quarter. It seems like we've been here longer.
West Virginia looking to snap a 10-game losing streak. That's what's at stake here tonight. Right now they've got the lead as KJ Smith rushes but cannot get back to the line of scrimmage. Devin Gold Jr. with the TFL.
And yes, they are on a 10-game losing streak, but they are going to fight as hard as they can, just as much as the Wolfpack is, since they are both sitting 0-2.
Just about snapped that streak. last week against Oregon, and boy, that was a nail-biter and a heartbreaker at the very end for Mountaineer fans as Hale rushes for 5. It's 3rd and 6.
And it's starting to seem like the Mountaineers are wanting to match the Wolfpack's running game.
And here's C.J. Yost. Gonna throw, picks up the first down, a nice read, a really nice play call, finding Jonathan Sherwood for the big first down, and that takes us to the end of the first quarter. The Mountaineers over the Wolfpack, 7-3. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube. We'll be right back. Welcome you back in to start this second quarter. Cameron Duty right here with Brandon Webster. No other place we'd rather be than CFSL on a Tuesday night. Here's C.J. Yost, fresh set of downs, working the middle of that field. 9-yard pickup to Smith.
And West Virginia is taking all the yards they can get, just wanting to make their way up the field.
2nd and inches. Hitting the gap. And Hale rushes for 10. A good pickup, sprinting past midfield.
And Hale is such a quick halfback, able to find any hole he can and utilize it.
I'll tell you what, when Al Hale gets an opportunity to, and he gets space, watch out, he can turn on the jets. This pass is dropped, only the 2nd incompletion of the day. That one more on the wide receiver, but he did have some pressure coming, didn't he?
Yes, he did. And you have to be careful with Hale. You leave him out in the open, he will cruise past you.
Ferguson there on the incompletion. Great defense indeed. And here's some more good defense. That pass coming up short. It's 3rd and 10.
And so far it seems like we're having a battle of the defense.
Certainly looks that way. 3rd and 10. Pressure coming. And C.J. Yost goes down. 3 Wolfpacks in the backfield, but it's Jalen Tomlinson who gets the sack.
And C.J. Yost just wanted to get it out of there as quick as possible, but unfortunately it was too late. The Wolfpack just crashed in.
That looked like a fantastic drive, only to be stalled out by some big defensive plays by the NC State Wolfpack. This punt to try to pin the Wolfpack deep. And good return availability here. Look at Devin Gold Jr. getting up to the 30. Great field position for the Wolfpack.
Very good position on the field. Now what we need to see the Mountaineers stop the Wolfpack from hitting the lead.
1st and 10. Busby, keeper. Gonna be marked just short of the first, but how about Drew Busby showing all 6'3" at 212 pounds. The junior laid it all out on the line.
And Busby is a good quarterback to match C.J. Yost.
We mentioned West Virginia's 10-game losing streak. How about North Carolina State? They're looking for their first win. And plays like that by West Virginia, shows that they are dead set against allowing North Carolina State any breathing room today.
And that's what's so great about this game. With both teams not having a single win, you have 2 hungry teams going up against each other.
Now, I think the coaches in the huddle are saying, who wants it more? Let's go out there and prove it. Muscleman fighting hard just to get back to the line on 3rd and short. Nothing doing. Malik Trent again in on the play, and here's another punting opportunity.
And over in Twitch, it is 6-0. Florida State leads Colorado after the first.
And a close game over there as well. Well, we got a heck of a game shaping up here as Hill with a 9-yard return. We'll see what Yost and company can do on this drive. Hopefully, it looks like, early on we said it's a defensive battle at the moment, Brandon, but these offenses are going to have to figure out a way to punch their way through. Here's the throw, short curl route, but it's complete, and Reggie Hansen runs close to the first down sticks. They'll give him 9.
And the walk-on able to just put a brick wall in front of the receiver. And yes, we are seeing a battle of the defenses, and the offenses do have to get some yards out of this, but sometimes defenses win games.
Yeah, I mean, it's the old adage, defense wins championships, and that is a fact. And right now, both of these squads looking really good on the defensive side of the ball. And as soon as we say that, C.J. Yost goes down, unblocked and unaccounted for with Stony Deal.
And just that line opened up, and Stony Deal was able to just blitz straight through and get C.J. Yost down. She did not know what to do after that.
It was like Moses in the Red Sea. I mean, the waters parted. Here comes Stony Deal. 3rd and 9 coming now. Yost just going to try to screen it. Oh, and throws the interception. This could be a pick six. No, at the last minute. Getting down at the ankles, but a big defensive play by Tomlinson.
That was a good read. He was there in between the receiver and C.J. Yost, able to get close to their end zone. Just an amazing play.
Knew it all along that C.J. Yost was going to look for Al Hill, seen the screen coming a mile away. Tomlinson jumps to the route. Big play, big opportunity for NC State. Muscleman with a 3-yard rush.
You could really say he was in the right place at the right time.
And I tell you what, this North Carolina State defense doing a great job of giving their offense opportunities here. We've seen that the NC State has struggled to get the ball down the field, where their defense puts them right down here inside the 10. But they got to punch it through. Big 3rd and goal coming, partner.
And let's hope Drew Busby can take advantage of this field.
3rd and goal, fighting, goal line upended, but Busby gets across the goal line for the touchdown, taking a minute to take a breather before getting up after that hit, but NC State has the lead.
And that looked like Jordan Hunt robbed him hard. Unfortunately, NC State was still able to get the touchdown. But we have an update over on Twitch. There was a 17-yard touchdown pass to Malik Benton as Colorado go up 7-6 on FSU with 7:13 in the first quarter.
And now North Carolina State back in the driver's seat here in Morgantown as Al Hill brings this one across the 25-yard line. Boy, I tell you, this game, look at the game stats so far, partner. It's been a pretty close contest.
It really has. It's these defenses. They are playing to their full potential.
C.J. Yost took a big sack 2 series ago, and then the interception on the last series, hoping to maybe get the Mountaineers back in the right direction. Hale has a 4-yard gain right up the middle. It's 2nd and 6.
This rushing game seems to be difficult with these defenses. It might have to come down to airing it out.
And they stay committed to the ground attack, but Hale goes back 2 yards. Chris Leonard with his 2nd TFL.
Just a tough hit. You know that the Mountaineers want to get this first down. They're going to have to pull something out of their back pocket.
Maybe a rabbit out of the hat, right? Here's C.J. Yost going to try to find somebody. Going deep. Has a man. Batted away. Crew Henderson getting a hand on that one and stopping yet another West Virginia drive.
And C.J. Yost seen a possible glint of light of hope. And unfortunately, the Wolfpack was just there to stop it.
That closed quickly, did it not? Here's Devin Gold Jr. on the return. Picks up 6 yards. Good special teams defense by the Mountaineers. And you see the production there of Busby's. At times, he's had to be a one-man wrecking crew in this game. And we talked about the defense set them up and how important it was that they get in the end zone for that touchdown. And it was Busby, as you've seen, on a very brutal-looking play, sneaking that one in across the goal line. Now, with the ball again, they give the muscle man running 5 yards left side.
And NC State knows they have this lead, and they want to hold on to it. But it's not that big of a lead, so they have to keep moving, not letting the Mountaineers fall back.
2nd and 5. Here's a rush up the middle. What a job by Muscle Man. I think he took 2 or 3 Mountaineer men with him, didn't he, on his way to the first?
He did, but that was Artez Drayton able to stop him after the first down.
This is turning out to be a very physical game. And in our pre-production meeting, we talked about how we felt the intensity in this game. Both these squads looking for a much-needed victory. We knew this was going to be a hard-hitting game. Again, you see Muscle Man once more deploying the stiff arm.
And Muscle Man and Brosby are both good rushers. They're making it hard to put them in a 3-and-out.
Second and 4 coming here. On the carry this time, Steve Bird cut off at around the ankles. He loses 2. Gene Poole gets his first tackle for loss of the day.
And Gene Poole just wrapping him up, not letting him move forward, just being so close to a 3-and-out.
3rd and 6, big play coming for the Wolfpack here, and you hear this West Virginia faithful crowd. It's 3rd down, here's the throw, shakes 2 men loose, and Steve Bird thrown to the turf by the shoulder pads, but he gets the first down.
And Devin Walker able to get a hand on him to bring him down.
That was a violent looking play. Like I said, this has been nothing short of a WWE SmackDown out here tonight. Now, Muscle Man again disappears into the pile, tries to bounce his way off, and he does pick up 3. Clock moving here, 2:45 left in the first half. Second and 7, man in motion. Busby under center. Hands off to Mitchell Lane for 2. Nothing more. It's 3rd and 5.
And West Virginia is really making it hard for Wolfpack to even move. I will give them that credit. They are able to slow them down.
That's split backs. In between both of those backs are Drew Busby, who now throws, works the middle of the field, batted away. Incomplete, and it is 4th and 5. The Mountaineers defense holds. Looking at about a 47-yarder here. Right in the middle between the hash marks. The snap, the hold, the kick is no good. As this one comes up just short. As a matter of fact, it's going to be wide left. And Brandon, no points on the board for the Wolfpack.
And that has to hit hard.
So it remains 10-7. C.J. Yost with another lease on life here, if you will. Aiden Bontrager picks up 3. We're down to 2 minutes and 1 tick of the clock left. And then we'll find ourselves at the halftime break. This game, I feel like, has had a little bit of everything so far. Here's a nice delayed slant, making man miss. Al Hell, physical out there, picks up 14. Inside of 2 minutes, Yost 12 of 17 on this young evening. Still 2 quarters to play. And in motion, here's the snap at a shotgun. Yost hit, the ball comes loose. Another turnover. Oh man, what pressure here. And I think West Virginia got this back. Am I right, partner?
I don't know. It looks like NC State was able to pull that one back.
They did. They did. Thank you, partner. Wow, how about that? Pouncing on it at the bottom of the pile was Stoney Deal. We've called his name a time or 2 already.
And this is what I'm saying. Defense wins games.
Busby going to take off and run. All kinds of space in the middle of the field. Holds on to the football and pretty much cartwheels his way to a 1st and 10.
And hey, you got to do what you got to do just to get a first down.
Clock still moving here. 80 seconds remaining in this half. Here's the throw. Again, working the middle. Fredo Moss has a first down, picks up 12. They go no huddle.
And they really want to extend this lead before halftime.
Well, how big would it be for North Carolina State? Little hesitation there on the carry by Musselman, waiting for a hold to develop. It did not. He only gets 3. Calvin Adele with his 5th tackle of the day. 2nd and 7. Busby throwing, Short of the sticks, but it's a good pickup by Moss as he finds 4 yards out there somewhere.
And Devin Walker able to drop him at the last minute, not letting NC State score before half.
So 3rd and 3 coming here, folks. Clock's still moving. This is a big play. And after this play, we'll get you all a Twitch update too, so stick around for that. 3rd down, I formation. Busby with time. Goes for the end zone. Has a man. Incomplete. Oh, I thought he had him for just a moment. But what a great breakup by the Mountaineers.
Wolfpack had a little ray of sunshine, but it was dropped. But over on Twitch, we have a 49-yard touchdown pass to Sparrow, Colorado, as they lead 14-6 with 3 minutes left.
And an exciting game going on there, too. Now North Carolina State leads the Mountaineers 13-7. I want to give a call to Gene Poole, who made that big play in the end zone there to stop the touchdown grab. Duplessis with the return. And 42 seconds for the Mountaineers to work with.
Now you have to think, is West Virginia going to risk it and bomb it downfield, or are they going to stick to their guns with the run?
The last 3, or really 4 series has been very tough on this Mountaineers team, particularly C.J. Yost. But she finds a nice completion here to Bontrager for 11.
It was a good completion in the middle of the field. They really want to try their hardest to get someone out there deep.
1st and 10 for Yost. Slings that thing. Jaden Walker swats it down. Incomplete.
And Jaden Walker really just making a good read, not letting the receiver complete that one.
33 seconds left in the half. Yost stands in there as long as she possibly can and finds a man. Open field for Reggie Hansen. Picks up a cool 39 yards.
And that is an excellent game, putting them closer to their end zone.
Clock's still moving here, folks. 22 seconds and counting. The Mountaineers trying to go on a 2-minute drive. Here's Yost. End zone touchdown. What a play. Connecting with big number 83, the sophomore Reggie Hansen.
And that's how no huddles are perfect. It puts the defense off their game, not knowing where to line up, guard. That's all you have to do to confuse them.
Rustin Longmire was wise to the play, tried to rush over and mount some sort of defense on Reggie Hansen, but too little too late. A response by the Mountaineers, and you ask the question, partner, how aggressive would they be? We get our answer. It's a 1-point ball game. The Mountaineers lead with just a couple ticks left on the clock here in this first half. 12 for the Wolfpack to work with.
And it's always the crunch time where you see the most excellent plays, good reads, good defense. Anything could happen at that point.
And there's a reason as to why teams work so diligently on this 2-minute offense, trying to get the maximum effort out of a short amount of time to work with. And here's a nice run by Muscleman. He picks up the 1st down. 7 seconds remaining. 1 timeout for North Carolina remains. If they want it, they have at least a shot at a Hail Mary here.
And so far with Hail Marys that we've seen today, it's always either ended up deflected or amazingly caught.
Feast or famine, right? Busby not even going to get a shot here. And a matter of fact, they'll get one more opportunity. That's an incomplete pass. Pressure was in the backfield quickly.
And Canelo Duplessis able to stuff him in the backfield.
3 seconds left. Final play of the first half. Busby lets it fly to the end zone, jump ball, and it's incomplete. We go to the halftime break and a thriller here in Morgantown. 14-13 Mountaineers over the Wolfpack as we welcome you in to our CFSL halftime report. Cameron and Brandon here with you as we take a look at the first half highlights, and we will look at some stats in just a moment. But Brandon, of course, I want to know your thoughts on that first half. What are some of the things that stands out to you, partner?
Well, I'd have to say both these teams' defense are not giving each other an inch. It's been a slow game, and that's not a bad thing. If these two can find a gap in each other's defense and exploit it, they are going to come out on top of this game.
Key players for the second half. Who have you got for both teams?
I don't know. It's hard to say, but I'm seeing some excellent things. CJ Yost on West Virginia and from Drew Busby. Drew Busby is able to come out of the pocket and throw it. We haven't seen anything too far from Drew Busby, but CJ Yost is making a name for herself.
So you're looking at a battle between the two field generals. Everything across the board here, it's a pretty even game. Just flip the categories. NC State leading in rushing, West Virginia in passing. Time of possession, pretty even. You got the 2 turnovers on the West Virginia side there, but that kind of tells you it's been that kind of night, folks. Nobody giving an inch. We start this third quarter again, a 1-point game. We're glad you're with us. We'll see how this all pans out. On a great return here across the 30 is Morrison. They give him 28 total actually on the return.
And we could potentially see a nail-biter of a game in the rest of this half.
See if it's going to be more of the same or the offenses are able to open things up. Busby, I formation. Snap, give the muscle man, and he is so shifty, isn't he? Picks up 6 yards.
He is extremely shifty, and Gene Poole able to grab his ankle.
So 2nd and 4 again, once more. It's I formation time here, but Busby going to throw out of it, and that's a dangerous throw. Artez Drayton was all over it like a cheap suit. It's incomplete.
And Artez Drayton almost able to intercept that. But over on Twitch, Colorado leads 17-6 over FSU as they go to half.
Oh, and we're going to have our first penalty of the day, folks. And it looks as if it could be encroachment here. No, they're going to get movement. On the offense, it's 3rd and 9.
Oh, and that is going to bite NC State.
So now it's a 3rd and 9 situation for Busby out of shotgun. He throws, the drive will continue. Middle of the field was wide open for Bradley West.
Now was Gene Poole able to stop the receiver, but this is where I say that Drew Busby and CJ Yost are going to battle it out with their arms. Busby can do it with his legs, and CJ Yost can do it with her arm. Somebody is going to come out on top.
1st and 10 now as a new lease on life here for the Wolfpack. And you see Muscle Man hitting the hole with a head of steam. Hard tackle, but picks up 6 in the process.
And that was a hard hit to Muscle Man.
Now, he's took some shots. It's been, as I said, a very, very physical game. The only thing that this game hasn't had is a steel chair coming in from underneath the ring. I mean, it feels like it's been that kind of night here. Hard-hitting action. Here, a 2nd and 4. Muscleman goes backwards. They'll say that forward progress is only going to allow him to lose a yard. Canela Duplessis makes the tackle, and it was a tough one.
And Muscleman took off like a jet, but Duplessis just waiting for it.
It was just like kind of spinning wheels, wasn't it? Could not get any traction to move any bit further. And that's off the hands. Oh, man, it looked like Busby had his man in Luke Golden, and he just dropped it. 4th and 6 now. The field goal unit comes out here for the Wolfpack from the right hash mark. They'll try to reclaim this lead. The snap, the hold, this kick is good. North Carolina 16, West Virginia 14.
And they are able to take the lead. It is a 2-point lead, but still a lead. West Virginia still has a chance to come back and take over.
And so kicking off now, West Virginia should have good field position here as it's fielded at about the 6. And once more, it's Duplessis who runs this one back, 27-yard return to give the Mountaineers a good starting spot.
And James Smith able to prevent any further yardage up that field.
Here's C.J. Yost, quarterback keeper, room to run, and good blocking. Here come the Jets. Across the 40, down to the 38-yard line goes C.J. Yost. What a play.
And she has some legs on her, able to get out of there as fast as possible. No defender in sight.
And sold the fake perfectly. Everybody going left. She takes off right. Not many people out there to defend with. And it's a fresh set of downs for West Virginia. 1st and 10 for Yost. Pressure coming, but stands in there and throws to the check down. It's Hale. He picks up a yard. And it'll be 2nd and 9.
And Hale able to get that. Only got 1 yard out of it, but still able to complete the pass and move.
2nd and 9. Play action coming. Hale, it would look like he was the man in motion there. But Yost stays home and throws to Lindsay for the 1st down. What a play.
And Rustin Longmire able to stop that from going any further, but that's where C.J. Yost is excelling. Able to find the moment for that open receiver, not letting the defense sack her.
That's twice they went with that play action, and it has worked well both times in this evening. Offset eye now for West Virginia. Yost lines up under center. Here's the give, left side. Fighting hard is Flash G. Picks up 4. G's got a touchdown from earlier in the evening, even though it says that a negative, yardage average there.
Yeah, and Chris Leonard was able to flip Flash G over.
2nd and 6 is a draw straight up the middle, and the hole opens for Al Hale. And you see the offensive linemen, they're celebrating. They moved heaven and earth there for Hale to get through.
And I'm starting to see that the Mountaineers, they want this win more than anybody.
Hey, the Mountaineers are mountain movers, are they not? Wide receiver screen, that was dangerous. Crew Henderson was all over it. Just comes up short of an interception.
And you have to be careful on plays like that. If you have a corner that's able to read that too quick, you could end up handing over a pick six.
Yost rolling right. Couldn't set the feet. Had to throw it away. Felt pressure closing in. It's incomplete. Big 3rd and goal here, folks.
It's moments like that you have to decide whether you're going to hold on to it and take it somewhere or get rid of it.
3rd and goal. Screen coming here. Room out front. What a move by Al Hale, or Flash G, rather, forgive me. G on that formation. Gets the 2nd touchdown of the day. And partner, if they're confusing me in the booth, you know they're confusing those defenders out there, interchangeably using Hale and G to perfection today.
And that is twice. We have seen the screen work right on the goal line.
Flash G, I want to talk about that inside cut that he made. The blocking didn't work in his favor. He had to do that on his own. And now West Virginia going to try for the 2-point conversion here. They line up with Hale, and it stops short. It's a 4-point lead for the Mountaineers here, 20-16.
And I know West Virginia wanted to make that at least a touchdown lead to hopefully make it that much harder for Wolfpack to even remotely think about winning this.
So the Wolfpack now back down by 4, and we've got more of the same, do we not? The first half, it was just like this. It's kind of been one of those nights. You imagine 2 boxing opponents, right, exchanging blows. Here we are in the 3rd frame of football, Brandon, and again, West Virginia has landed the very last punch.
Yeah, they really have, but like you said, this is a slugfest game. 2 defenses that are hard to get past and 2 offenses that are hard to stop. You have Busby moving it as quick as possible, and you have C.J. Yost throwing it and finding a target every single time.
And so West Virginia, like we said, landing the last hit, but North Carolina getting back up off the mat, if you will, got a chance at making some damage of their own. But Muscle Man is swarmed by a slew of yellow jerseys, and it's Jordan Hunt with the TFL.
And you have to get low on Muscle Man, because if you don't go low, he is going to take off, making it that much harder for you to get your hands on him.
2nd and 12. Busby hands off again to Muscle Man. Only 1 yard. Wrapped up, wrangled, and it's 3rd and 10.
And that was Frankie Finley able to spin him around and confuse him.
Here's the snap for Busby. Pressure coming, but it's picked up. Wide open man, and now it's a foot race down to the 30. Morrison is tracked down, but not before a 41-yard grab. What a play.
He saw Greenfield in front of him, but did not know Gene Poole was coming up behind him, quick as ever.
Well, you seen Gene Poole right there. Gene Poole actually looked to bite on the route, went inside instead of running verticals with the wide receiver, and he had to track him down. That's 1st and 10 now for North Carolina State. Here's a handoff right up the middle. The big man Bird, 9 yards on 1st down.
And these halfbacks are getting bigger and bigger every time we see them.
2nd and 1. And off left tackle goes Muscle Man. He picks up 3 and he has the 1st down.
And Devin Walker able to drop him, unfortunately, after the 1st down.
First down, and I believe that's Bird again, and he's running hard. You can hear the thunderous, plodding there of his cleats on the turf as he gets a good chunk on 1st down.
Looks like NC State is able to use the run game to their advantage as they get close to the goal line.
On the ground again. Oh, that ball comes loose. And West Virginia has it back. You are kidding me. It looked like North Carolina State was about to, as I said, land another punch, but it's the West Virginia defense that comes up.
And I hate to say it, but these Mountaineers on defense are starting to become the more dominating defense.
But folks, we do have a booth review. Let's see. Was the knee down before the ball comes loose? Right there, no. He's tossed over. Again, still on top of a West Virginia defender, and it looks to me like the ball comes out. What about you, partner?
I don't know. It actually looks like it came out before that knee came down.
Right. But, folks, the play is reversed. North Carolina State gets the break that they need. It's 3rd and inches. Here we go. Back to the ground. Short. Did not get the 1st. Duplessis says access denied. They'll have to go with the field goal.
And the field goal is still going to put them in the lead. But over on Twitch, we have a 1-yard touchdown pass to Tom Morrow for Colorado to extend their lead to 24-6 with 3:03 in the third.
Partner, that actually puts them just 1 point shy of tying it here with the Mountaineers. North Carolina State still trailing a point. Are you surprised they didn't go for it on the 4th and inches? Let's answer that after this big kick return here across the 50 into Wolfpack territory goes Duplessis.
And as to their kick, I am not surprised, because if you go for it and fail, you're still going to be down those points.
You know, it's going to be so tempting to be right there on the goal line and not be able to make it. Here's a throw, a response from Yost to Reggie Hansen, courtesy of Airmail and West Virginia University.
And it just shows that CJ Yost is dominating this game with passing, able to find an open receiver whenever she feels like it.
Man, and a great route running too right there. I mean, honestly, Reggie Hansen running a great route, confusing the defensive secondary, getting open, and it's 1st and goal. Mountaineers, pressure coming, it's picked up, the throw, complete to Boone for 7 yards, and steps out of bounds.
And you can see CJ Yost is planning slowly. They really want to get in here and extend this lead.
Yost is 20 of 28 on the day. Here's a throw out of the backfield. A lot of work to get done, though, as Al Hill, and unfortunately, Hill loses 5 yards to Devin Gold Jr.
And Devin Gold Jr. really just wants to hold the Mountaineers as far back as they possibly can.
Oh, yeah, I mean, pushing back 5 yards here. And this is where every yard gets so tough to gain, so tough to defend against. And it's 3rd and goal. Big play coming here, ladies and gentlemen. Shotgun for Yost. With time, throws short of the end zone, but Hale picks up 3. It's 4th and goal. We will see a field goal attempt. This will make it a 4-point lead for West Virginia. The kick is good. It's 23-19. Mountaineers still on top.
And the Mountaineers holding this 4-point lead, you know they wanted to extend it further.
That they did. This leaves North Carolina State right in the thick of things. 2:16 remaining in this 3rd quarter. And we, again, you know, you feel, even from here in the booth, you feel the intensity that's out there on that field. Oh, what a hit by Muscle Man, picking up 7 left side. But both of these teams, we talked about how desperately they both need a win. Both programs need a W.
They do. And West Virginia wants to make sure it's them.
And North Carolina wanting the same. Like we said, looking for their first victory. Muscle Man gets the first down. And it feels like it's so close right here. This game is just one of those games. A couple of plays, 1 or 2 plays, could make the entire difference. Here's the handoff, as that is Bird. Well, I tell you what, they found something with Steve Bird here rushing this second half. He's up to 41 yards on the day.
Yes, he is. Where Muscle Man has the speed, Steve Bird has the strength. And it's always good to mix it up sometimes. Someone to speed up the field and the other to punch through a line.
And 1st and 10. Here is Bird again. Hesitates just a moment, hits the hole, and picks up 2. That's Calvin Adele who makes the tackle. North Carolina State wastes no time getting back up to the line of scrimmage here. And Busby hands off to Muscle Man, who is going to lose 3 yards. Couldn't win that battle. Adele with a 2nd straight tackle, 1st TFL.
And Calvin Adele making sure that his team is able to push back the Wolfpack as far as possible. He doesn't want any yards on this drive.
And it's 3rd and 10. Drew Busby with time. Going to go deep, one-on-one coverage. And bringing it in. 1st and goal, Xavier Morrison.
And Gene Poole was locked up on that receiver, and somehow Xavier is able to get his hands up higher than Gene and bring it down.
Busby just wanted to give the wide receiver a chance at making a play, and it worked to perfection. Bird up the middle, touchdown. Actually, that's Mitchell Lane. They put him in. We haven't heard from Mitchell Lane really in this game, but they use him along the goal line to take the lead.
And that's what they have to do. They have to throw the Mountaineers off of their game. Try and figure out how to stop them.
North Carolina State 26-23. 30 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter. They retake the lead. Duplessis brings this one out. 29-yard return. Partner, this game has had everything.
It really has, and it's going to hurt the other team that doesn't come out with this win.
Here is a curl route completed to Reggie Hansen. He's been a workhorse tonight. Hansen over 100 yards and a touchdown.
DJ Yost is going to have to get this ball down the field since Busby is able to find open receivers.
2nd and 1, wide receiver screen. Oh, it makes 2. Wolfpack mid-miss and off to the races. 20, 15, 10 inside the 5 for KJ Smith. And that is how we go to the 4th quarter, partner. West Virginia down, but they sure ain't out of it. We have an incredible finish coming for you tonight, folks. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube. We welcome you back to start this 4th and final quarter. Cameron Duty and Brandon Webster here. We appreciate the 4s in the chat. Let's get this thing going. Final quarter, and just stopped short of the end zone is CJ Yost. 2nd and goal.
But I want to go back to that play that got the Mountaineers here. CJ Yost able to find a receiver that was managed to outrun every defender.
And on the carry, Al Hill, touchdown. Mountaineers go back out in front.
And Mountaineers just keep showing that they are going everything they possibly can to get this win, whether it be through the air or on the ground.
What a game, folks. All we can do is just sit here in amazement. The extra point is good. It's 30-26 Mountaineers on top of the Wolfpack. I want to say hey to my buddy Ben Costin, who is in the chat. It's good to see you, partner, as always. And Brendan, like we said, 8:41 left to play in this thing, and I don't know if our hearts can take much more.
I don't know. It's getting hard to watch up here in the booth.
That's a lot of sweaty palms up here, and we haven't even touched the playing surface. Can't imagine how it feels for these folks watching in chat and out there on the field. Good field position to start here for the Wolfpack as we've got Busby lining up under center in I formation. Again, down by 4. Muscle Man with some shifty moves, shaking and baking for 9 yards.
And Jordan Hunt able to get a tackle right there. Well, my bad. Devin Welker. Jordan Hunt was healthy.
And the carry. Muscleman hits the hole. Head of steam. Picks up 10 more yards. He has came alive as this game progressed. Now over the 100-yard mark.
The Mountaineers are going to have to make a steel wall to stop this run game. The Wolfpack have a lot of rushing yards.
1st and 10, but Busby trying to keep it and call his own number, and he is decked by guess who? Malik Trent once more.
Malik Trent is just all over this defensive line.
The sophomore, 6'2", 235 pounds, getting the better of Drew Busby on that play. 2nd and 13. They can't afford to have negative yardage like that this late in the game. But how about Musselman? Puts the whole team on his shoulders and almost gets the first down back. It's 3rd and 1.
And Musselman's becoming very hard to stop. They are going to have to figure something out.
3rd and a yard, but maybe the longest yard. They get the completion there, or should I say the conversion, with Steve Bird back in the game, 47 yards on the night.
And this game is getting really, really close.
Well, we expect it to come down to the wire. It's been that way the entire night. Another give on the ground. It's Bird once more, picks up 3 more. 7 minutes and a little bit of change left is all we've got in this one.
And it looks like the Wolfpack is also using the run game to kind of exploit the clock.
2nd and 7, and right now it's a good mix of Muscleman and Bird, and we'll see Lane every so often, but Muscleman getting the bulk of the carry still. It's 3rd and inches. He got close to another first. Third and inches. The keeper goes nowhere. Go but back for Drew Busby. It's Devin Walker, another TFL recorded for the Mountaineers.
And now we're at a point where are they going to go for it, try to gain the lead, or are they going to kick it?
They will go for it here. And that, it's a tough call to make. But they go for it on 4th and 3. This has got big implications. Screen pass, the blocking is there. Bird with the first down. Bird is the word, and another fresh set of downs for the Wolfpack, rather.
And that play worked in the Wolfpack's favor, able to give them 4 more downs.
1st and 10. That's Mitchell Lane now in. 6-yard rush.
And Bo Greenlaw able to stop that play.
Oh, 2nd and 4. And it just feels like every single play, it feels like the anticipation gets a little heavier and heavier. Muscle Man doing everything he can. Another 7-yard carry. He's up to almost 130 yards on the day.
And we haven't seen Drew Busby throw anything in the last 3 plays.
1st and goal. Here's the play. It's Musselman shaking off one tackle with those muscles and just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Clock down to 5:20 in regulation. Toss play right side. Here they come, but nicely defended. Bird could not turn the corner, and Jordan Hunt gets another TFL for the Mountaineers. They've had a bunch of them tonight.
Yes, they have. They are trying so hard to keep them out of the end zone. They have the lead right now.
3rd and goal. Busby, all kinds of time. He has to throw short of the end zone. Lane knows his check down. He only picks up 1 yard. And it's 4th and goal. They got to go for it again here, partner.
And it's getting riskier and riskier.
4th and goal. Big play. Busby throwing. Has a man at the 5, but he's going to get stood up. Mitchell Lane is hit hard and kept out of the end zone by Canelo Duplessis. The Wolfpack gets no points on that drive. Here goes the Mountaineers back to work with TJ Davis. 4-yard rush, his first of the night.
And they are stuck in backs against the wall in what CFSL likes to call a for the brand moment.
Here is, oh my goodness, Devin Gold Jr. almost had a pick 6 that would have gave North Carolina State the lead. He couldn't hold on to it, and the Mountaineers dodge a bullet. 3rd and 6. Yost has to throw, tipped away. The Wolfpack defense does their job.
And it's that pressure of being backed against your own end zone that makes it that much more difficult to try and move the ball away.
Jaden Walker with the deflection, and the Wolfpack will have another chance here. 4 minutes remaining, already in Mountaineer territory across the 35-yard line for Devin Gold Jr.
And the Wolfpack are going to have to take advantage of where they're at on the field.
This is a prime opportunity, prime real estate to start a drive, is it not? But Muscle Man upended by Walker again, another TFL at 2nd and 12.
And Walker getting sick and tired of the Wolfpack run game.
Second and long. Busby to throw, has 2 men out there, connects with Bradley West, gets 6 yards back, and it's 3rd and 6. Clock stops with 3:40. Now we'll pick back up as he stepped out of bounds, and the play will resume. Getting down to the crunch time here, folks. Here's a nice curl route, complete to Fredo Moss, and Moss runs for the first down.
And NC State really pushing as hard as they can to try and score here.
First down, Muscle Man up the middle, picks up 2. And you know, it's an interesting situation that North Carolina State's in here. You want to keep moving the ball. You want to score, but you also, in doing all this, you want to take some time off the clock too. You don't want to leave any for the Mountaineers. But look at Steve Bird again, swallowed up, loses 2. It's 3rd and 10.
They do want to lower this clock, but at the same time, they have to look. They're at a 4-point difference. They have to get a touchdown here to take the lead.
That's right. First and foremost, 3rd and 10. 4-down territory here. Busby throws back in the end zone, and he has his man. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Fredo Moss, back of the end zone, clutch reception.
And Wolfpack able to capitalize on that field advantage to take this lead. Now, they can either kick a field goal. Well, that's what they're going to do.
Inside slant against Bo Greenlaw, works to perfection, and just an iconic reception there by Fredo Moss. This extra point is good. They're now up by 3 points with 2:39 remaining. All of a sudden, Brandon, overtime looks like it could be a possibility if West Virginia plays their cards right, or maybe they won't need it. Here's another kick return down to the North Carolina 40 by Duplessis. No penalties. This thing stands good.
And that's where West Virginia excels. The surprise long-range plays.
Folks, everything's happening so fast here, we can't hardly recap it for you. This pass by Yost is incomplete. 2nd and 10.
West Virginia has to take their time here because all they need is a field goal to tie.
Play action, pressure coming. Yost stands in there. Tell me how. I don't know how. Bounced off that defender and delivers a strike to TJ Davis.
CJ Yost knows how to do it all. And she's powerful. Just pushed off that defender like he was a sack of cotton candy.
And I tell you what, this puts them easily in field goal range to at least tie it. But the Mountaineers aren't thinking tie ball game. They want the lead. High formation, 2:14 and counting. Here's a run. Left side, it's hell for 8.
You also have to keep in mind, don't want to score too quick, because if you score too quick, they have the chance to come back and take over.
Yeah, again, it's kind of that teeter-totter that North Carolina State was just on that we were talking about. Yost bounces off a man, keeps it instead of pitching it out, and takes the 2-yard loss.
I don't know why CJ Yost decided to go backwards. Might have got a little confused there from the first hit, but NC State able to stop them.
It's a really, an ill-timed decision there, and it cost them 2 yards. But 3rd and 4 here. Looking for the screen, set up, but it's going nowhere. Flash G dropped for a 5-yard loss. And partner, we are going to have a field goal attempt to tie it with about 90 seconds left in regulation.
And if they can get it, this will be a game of stopping NC State from moving the ball.
Oh, and this is not a good time to have movement. False start. Going to push them back. And so every yard matters here. I tell you, clutch time kicks aren't easy, and then you got to tack 5 more yards onto it. It's 4th and 14. We'll see if it makes a difference. From the left hash mark, the snap, the hold, the kick is good. We are all tied up, 33 apiece.
Now West Virginia's defense is going to have to hold NC State as much as possible to push this into overtime.
Yeah, now that becomes the thing. West Virginia got to hold on for dear life to keep NC State out of scoring position. Morrison brings this one back out. All right, here we go, folks. Setting up for some excitement here. What can Drew Busby and company do? They're fighting for their first victory. West Virginia trying to snap a 10-game losing streak. North Carolina just wants a win column just once. They want to go for it. Oh, and a huge play. I'm making a man miss. Oh, sprinting down the sidelines. 10-5. Touchdown. Luke Golden. You are golden. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
And that receiver was way too open for my liking. But over on Twitter, it is 27-6. Colorado gets the win over Florida State.
Extra point is good, but let's go back and talk about that play one more time before we go further. Drew Busby throwing a dart to Luke Golden. He had to make 2 men miss. He does so and then sprints to the end zone. Again, folks, North Carolina State is 61 seconds away from potentially winning their first game in the program's history.
And we have to keep in mind, this game isn't over. We don't think it's over. It's not over till that clock reaches 0. CJ Yost can still pull something out of her back pocket.
No, you are exactly right, partner. I know we've still got plenty of football left to play, but that is what's at stake here. West Virginia does not want to lose 11 in a row. That's for a fact. And brilliant play by CJ Yost. Both teams have played brilliant today. Bontrager picks up 5, and we see West Virginia take their first time out. Yost under center now, calling signals, moving the formation from left to right there. Here's Yost with time, gonna throw, has a jump ball. That is an interception. North Carolina State, the defense stands tall, and let's see who it is. Oh my goodness, I believe that actually was one of those walk-ons there, partner.
And that is unfortunate. They have to figure something out here. Stop, run, get a fumble, whatever it takes.
Now West Virginia still has 2 timeouts, but look at Muscle Man go. Muscle Man fighting for the first down, picks up 6. We're inside a minute. West Virginia has 1 timeout remaining.
And it looks like NC.
And Muscle Man gets the first down. No timeouts left. Ladies and gentlemen, what you are watching is a first victory for the NC State Wolfpack. It was a game that, as we said, all the way up to the final seconds, Brandon, we had no clue who would be out front. We seen West Virginia with shades of momentum. North Carolina State would come flying back. In the end, this game goes to Drew Busby, Luke Golden for the Hail Mary throw that put on my head, and the Wolfpack beat the Mountaineers in their home turf territory. Final thoughts, partner?
And it was a great game, but at the very end of it, you have to think that's going to be gut-wrenching for West Virginia. That is the 3rd time they have had a game snapped from them. But NC State played well. Drew Busby was able to pull off an excellent pass to get them the win.
An incredible game played by both teams laying their heart out on the line. This is why we love CFSL football. For my broadcast partner, Brandon Webster, and executive producer Mike Peters and Austin Crow, I'm Cameron Duty. You've been watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube. Check us out again tomorrow night when we'll be back at it with you for the kickoff of the first game. That'll be at 6:30 Central Time. Have a good night, everybody, and we will see you tomorrow night for more action. Take care of yourselves.